right now. All right, hello everybody. This is Clueless Company, episode 9. I'm
Steven.
Chris. Wow. Now it's ultra fast. Quarter quick.
Gerardo.
We have video again. I know, it's crazy. This time we'll try and keep it light and quick because I feel like not a lot happened this week for me, to be honest. But did you guys catch What If for this week?
I literally just explained it to Gerardo.
I didn't watch that. He explained it to me.
Well,
the spark notes.
Yeah, the quick one.
It wasn't the best one, so we're starting with it.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't know.
It was entertaining, but there wasn't anything crazy or that interesting.
I mean, Killmonger if they had plot armor.
Yeah.
That was the gist of it. A lot of killing.
Yeah. And again, like I was telling Gerardo, I felt like it kind of just abruptly ended for me. Like it wasn't finished.
It was like a water slide with a wall at the end.
Yeah. Like the other ones had, like the other ones had cliffhangers. This one just felt like it just
got half-assed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this one's... it has a cliffhanger, but yeah, the cliffhanger is just Pepper Potts and T'Challa's sister, Shuri. So I don't know. It wasn't the best. One of the things I did try, that I want to talk about for because it was awesome, was Xbox's cloud gaming, actually, that I've been trying. So you guys know what it... You guys know
I know I haven't tried it yet.
No? I have no idea what that is.
So it's the little cloud streaming system from Microsoft. Yeah, it's like Netflix, I guess, for games. The best way to describe it. But I heard in beta tests and the people had it. It was really laggy and pretty terrible. And we do live in an area right outside major cities. We have really good internet here, but it's been flawless. Let me see the list of games I played because I went through quite a few. I went through Grounded because it has really high fidelity photograph stuff. I went through For Honor, Batman Arkham Knight, and a game called I Am Fish.
I actually saw that game on Steam.
That game's awesome.
Great movie.
No, it's a game. The game for it is like a physics-based... You're in a fishbowl, and you're doing puzzles, and you're moving around as it rolls around.
Yeah, I've seen videos where you can summon waves or something. It looks crazy.
I did the first level in it so far, admittedly, and then I was like, alright, I'll have to try another game, and I was kind of moving on. I tried For Honor because it was an online game, and that didn't have any stutter. I didn't win the match, but it didn't have any stutter.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know, it was...
I Am Fish.
It looks entertaining.
You're a fish.
Yeah. There's multiple fish you can be, too.
And there's a hard mode. If you beat the main game, you get I don't know, it just showed at the beginning you're a fish with a helmet on. I don't know what the...
I saw one where you could be a flying fish. With the ones that jump out of the water and just fly for a little bit.
You see all the types of fish at the beginning, and then you get separated, and it seems like that's kind of the plot of the story, is for you to eat a lot of bread. Bread's awesome. In that game, bread is the shit in that game. You want all the bread. And then you...
Who doesn't want all the bread?
Yeah. And then you gotta meet your fish friends, who then they want the bread. You gotta get the bread.
To me, the trailer literally just looked like the scene from Finding Nemo where he's trying to get back to the water.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like to me.
Oh, God.
That's basically the first level, actually, yeah.
Well, there you go.
But I don't know, I mean, I thought it was awesome. It seemed like right now people are getting annoyed with file size. And I don't know if Call of Duty or anything is on there, but if it is, then I feel like that's how I'm going to be playing Call of Duty from now on. Because it just has, you just don't have to download anything, you just stream it. And it takes about took my my system and set up about a minute. I'm running a Razer laptop, it's a little high end, but it took my thing about a minute to load pretty much every game.
Not bad. I wonder how it works on Xbox.
I don't know, I haven't tried it, admittedly. I just tried it on the PC for the laptop, I guess. Which also, the other funny thing, so there's the new controllers, right? This is a little custom one I have. But there's new controllers. And they're basically the same as the old controllers. I've been using the new ones the entire time, and the old one I have a longer cord for. So I grabbed one of the cords for that and I put one of the old controllers in. It feels way different going back.
Does it?
Yeah, all the angles, just to the Xbox One, even the Series X, or I don't know some of the ones. I think that's actually a day one controller over there, whatever. But just an Xbox One controller, the angles are just slightly different. It's just a bit more comfortable for the normal ones. It did feel a little bit annoying to go back to the old controller when I was playing on the laptop.
Yeah, it literally looks the exact same.
Yeah, and that's why I was kind of surprised. I didn't... That's why I just went back to the old one. I was like, I'll just switch back. and that'll make it easier. But it felt a little bit annoying to go back. Even the D-pad was a bit shittier. Like the analytics, it all feels a bit worse.
Clunkier.
Yeah, clunkier, not as high quality or whatever. It all just feels a little off. And I guess some of those controllers are older, but it's still, yeah. I don't know, it was weird. I was a little bit surprised actually about going back because they look, yeah, as you guys said, exactly the fucking same.
Minus like a button.
Which I did actually miss because I wanted to keep taking snapshots when I was playing a bunch of the games and stuff to be able to show you guys like quality or whatever of some of the images. But it worked out well. I think for Arkham Knight Arkham Knight has a pretty low like load area until you turn on the detective mode where you can see through all the walls and then you can see like a city away, all these little minions.
Yeah.
And it did when I turned on detective mode, it took like I don't know, 10-15 seconds to actually kind of load in all the little dots and like people that were in the map.
Yeah.
So it does have some lag to it, but so far, I mean, especially for Honor, when everyone's running around, like I was dodging, hitting people and shit and got a bunch of kills and
Okay.
I mean, it was pretty damn good. I was impressed.
Yeah, I still have yet to try, but I hardly opened up the Xbox app on my PC.
Yeah. I guess it's where most of my games are, admittedly.
And I haven't even touched my Xbox in months. So.
Yeah. You just abandoned us on the Xbox. Jesus.
True raider.
It's so much work. Right? I gotta move my chair over.
Oh my god.
Find the TV remote.
You're asking why you're feeling sluggish all the time. Lazy ass. You're just going, I can't move.
Well, you know, there's too many things in the way of that small little area I have. You know, it's
just too much work.
Too much work.
Jeez.
What have you guys been up to this week?
This week.
Did you play a lot of games, do a lot of work, make a lot of money?
Yes. What have I done this week, Gerardo?
Yeah.
I need you to tell me what I've done this week.
So what did you do, Steven? I think you played a lot of Apex.
No.
No? Oh.
Because of the servers.
That is true. You tried to play a lot
I tried to play.
But it didn't work out.
It didn't work out, no.
So how long have you been Steven's PA?
Oh, since I can remember.
Yeah. Second grade.
Second grade.
I feel. He always needs taken care of.
Yeah, he does.
I can't do things on my own.
I'm there to pick up the mess.
Yep.
Jesus. I don't know. Did you guys do anything fun or cool this week? It's been a whole week.
No. It has been a full week. But
Gerardo's what? Just been working all week?
I work and work.
And work.
And work. I even work in my sleep.
What do you imagine, new engines or something?
He sleepwalks over to the dealership.
Sleep drive my way back out there.
Taking out someone's engine in the car and making replacements in his sleep. You turn to Superman.
Honestly, I've like half slept work before. Like back when I worked at Ralph's, I was overnight. And sometimes I would be like half asleep stocking the shelves. And then I'd like fully wake up and I'd be like, oh, shit, I put everything in the wrong spot.
And this is why the problems.
They have to go back down the aisle.
There's just an army of sleep zombies walking up and down trying to stock every shelf. That's why people need breaks.
Yeah. But we don't get those.
No.
They don't exist.
I need like a 2-hour break every hour of work.
Yeah, no, that feels like sometimes it's gonna crush a country.
Yeah, well,
like, didn't like Spain have a lot of problems with their job market and stuff?
I have no clue.
I thought they had like a crushing like fucking high jobless market.
jeez.
What is it called?
Unemployment rate.
Thank you. Yeah. You guys didn't even correct me.
Chris can't even find his words right now.
Yeah, it's like an unemployment rate for a long time. I don't know. It just seems like somebody says, yeah, if you're sitting there taking a lot of breaks, man, you need them, but then it's like, you gotta order that shit right. Like, there's gotta be a nice in-between. Like, I keep watching all these videos. This isn't shit talk the US, but it probably will at some point. But yeah, I keep watching all these videos of people in other countries, like comedy, like UK comedy shows and stuff. And it's always interesting when they do ones where it's like, oh, we'll guess, like, how much, like, things cost for healthcare in the US. Or, like, oh, let's take guesses of, like, your chances of being incarcerated as a human. Like, and they're gonna go to, like, UK or just other countries, and they ask people on the street, and they're like, how much do you think an ambulance is? And they're like, fucking free. And they're like, no, it costs. And they're like, $100, tenner, I don't know. And they're like, $3,000, $5,000. You're like, what the fuck? Like, and you pay for emergency transport?
It could be down the street too.
Yeah, oh yeah. Because it more depends. It's like this. I feel like it's just a stock fee being called, and then it's like what they use when you're in the ambulance. It's like if you're losing some blood and they only have to go a block, they still have to pop open a blood bag and there's some shit if they have one, and they're like do gauze and shit and do a bunch of material, and it's like that all costs money.
There's a couple grand right there.
Yeah, and your insurance won't pay for it because your insurance hates you.
Yeah.
So ridiculous. I'm fucking limp my ass home.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was when people were doing stories, right? Where people were calling Ubers and stuff to go to the hospital. Yeah. And then they started being like, Uber had to make statements going, like, you guys can't do this. Like, you can't do these emergency ones. Like, people aren't equipped for this. Like, you can't come into someone's cab bleeding and gashed out saying, I need to get to a hospital. It's like, that person isn't James Bond. They can't, or like Jason Bourne. They can't just suddenly fucking floor it and get you to the hospital.
Yeah. You just imagine the ambulance just showed up. Like, no, I got my Uber coming in 5 minutes. Y'all can leave.
Man.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I don't know. Some of the stuff, it's always interesting seeing like an outward perspective of the country you're in. It's always worse too, because everyone just shit talks every other country.
Yeah.
Unless you're like, I don't know, the Dutch, right? I feel like everyone in Europe always makes jokes that everyone hates the Dutch.
Fucking
It's like, I don't know. I guess maybe that's the special clause for them, but I also saw they did a poll that was what was the sexiest accent in the European area.
Sexiest
accent. Do you guys have guesses? I was just gonna say it. It's way better bit for you guys to ask. Yeah, think of like European accents. Do you guys?
German.
Close.
I don't know.
No, they voted Irish.
Irish.
Yeah, apparently Irish, which is funny because they had a female Irish comedian on the show that night who's doing it, who has a bit more of a raspy fucking comedic, voice, which is just shooting the shit all the time. And she was like, "Oh, I have an instrument," and she was like opening her mouth to like doing this weird stuff. Like, oh my god, like European comedians, man, they go all in on jokes. Like,
jeez.
Europe's crazy, man. I'm dying to fucking live in Europe for a while still. I don't know if I want to end up in Europe, but yeah, I'm dying to live in Europe for a while. Is there a country you guys are dying to like maybe not end up in, but live in for a while? So you always say German, other than fucking
I want
Germany.
to go Spain.
You want to Spain? Yeah, that's cool. For like a reason? You like that?
No, it's just you're
already close with the language.
Yeah,
you kind of like.
I can already get by. So
a couple words different here and there, you'll be fine. Like
fine. Fuck.
I like France because I have family there that I like never see.
I didn't know you had family in France.
Yeah, my dad's side of the family moved to France first after the war in Vietnam.
Okay.
And then they moved to Canada and then back down to the U.S. But with some families staying
some
in,
lingering and it spreading. Yeah, that's the path.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So do you have family in Canada too?
Yeah, like
so you have like
Quebec.
a French line.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, Quebec. Yeah, the French.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
So like my dad's side of the family, they
Why
know
are you learning French?
Why
am I the only one learning French? Why are you learning it with me?
Steven learned Spanish with me.
Yeah, I learned Spanish.
What is this? Why am I the only one learning French here? That's
because I don't talk with that side of the family a lot.
I wonder why.
It's like I don't know them that well. Like I know my mom's side of the family well, but yeah.
Yeah, no, maybe you should learn it. And then you can give them a call. Be like, "Oh, what up, cuz?
What up, cuz?
Salut, je parle un petit français."
I've met the family in like Quebec, but not in like France. Other than like my grandparents, like way back, like once they came to U.S. for a bit.
Oh man, make a trip out there.
We almost did. I don't remember why we canceled it.
Man, yeah, I don't even know where my family's scattered. We're that white.
Everywhere.
Like I know. I mean, I know we came in. Oh god, is Ellis Island the eastern one? New York Island that came in for immigration. Is that Ellis Island? Was that whatever was that eastern one? I can't remember. Well, I'm pretty sure we came to Irish group immigrants mostly. Cause like I know we like from Ireland, but so was fucking everyone. Finding your way back is like impossible. Everyone left at once there. It was pretty much flurry.
Yeah.
It's like if your family left, you took as many people as you could. Like. It's like I'm sure there's still some family back in Ireland somewhere connected in the line, but I have no knowledge of them at all.
Okay. I mean, that's the other problem, right? I know like, I have a huge family, so I don't know a lot of them. Like, I think I've told you guys before, my mom is 12th. the 12th born child. in
Oh,
her family.
damn.
She's
Yeah,
12.
12.
I was thinking, it's like 12 what? Damn.
I think.
Wow, your great grandparents had kids.
Yeah, like at the point where my mom and her, my aunt, because they're twins, were born. They yeah.
Was that total? Were they the last?
Mhm.
Your last kids were twins?
Yeah.
Oh, could
who
you
was born
imagine?
first?
My uncle was like
It's the race.
in his 20s when my mom was born. So he basically raised them because my grandparents were, getting old.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
I can imagine.
yeah, so it's
And tired.
crazy.
Yeah,
But the sixth one, you're like, I raised six already, you raised the next
raised
six.
the next
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
homie.
So I have a huge family of varying ages. Like I have a cousin that's much older than me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Man, 12 kids.
I mean, even my dad, I think he was one of like 5 or 7. So
That's even more.
yeah, so I have a lot of family. It's hard to keep
Your
track of
family is
them all.
just scattered.
Yeah.
Jeez.
See, I mean, mine's more complicated. 'Cause we have 5, but it gets more of like past marriages. Like, remember the half brother John was from my dad's old marriage, and the half brother Jeff's my mom's past marriage, and then they had 3 kids. So it's more just complicated than that. We don't have that many people. It's like that's the end of the story now. It's like 12 people. I can't imagine telling that to people, and let alone if you had it with another person or you adopted or there's this, like a half or something, and you're like explaining that family. It's like get a tree.
To my knowledge, they're all blood siblings.
Man, you guys could legitimately have one of those those family tree webs and
Yeah.
stuff that go up. Like, I'm pretty sure my mom told me yeah. I was gonna say, my mom told me to think we had one of the family members back east that I do know of put together one of the genealogy things, an ancestor or whatever, 23andMe, whatever they were, and we can see back quite a bit. But I don't know if it was anything like, oh, we found that we have relatives in Ireland still, or anything like that. It was just like, oh, we found our family line.
Yeah.
And it was like that was the end of it. And so I was like, okay, I guess that's it. We don't have people. And then back east people aren't the kindest. They're not fully east. They're like a little bit less than fully east, and more of like the racist side.
They kept that.
Yeah. The side, they're the ones like my mom likes to comment on Facebook. She's that person. She's that white old person. But they just butt heads all the time. It's just them two people across the United States just
Going at it on
just
Facebook.
shit talking each other on Facebook.
Classic.
That's what Facebook is for these days, man. It's to argue with your old relatives.
Yeah. It's crazy because I have like a couple cousins who are like almost as old as my parents. So.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, I'm nowhere near that. Oldest cousins that I know of are like maybe hitting 40 or whatever. My parents are like 60s, so
Yeah.
it's like they're not. Yeah, not my parents. Yeah, that's crazy. What's your family like? Do you have a big family?
I do. I think my mom's. I think she had six siblings, but 4 of the 6 are from a different marriage, or
Yeah.
different mom.
Yeah.
Because
Half related.
Yeah, because my grandparents had my mom and my uncle, who's the oldest, and then my grandmother passed away, and then he got together with another woman, my other grandma,
Yeah.
and then had 4 other kids, and then they both ended up passing away.
Oh, gotcha.
So, and then with them, they have I think each of them had at least 2 kids, maybe
Damn.
3. So I have a lot of cousins, but I don't really talk to them distant. So
I feel.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm only close to some of the cousins because my house ended up being the holiday party house, and even then, I'm not really close with like my cousin Maddie. I don't know if she goes by anymore. I'm closer, I guess, to the San Diego cousins and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's because I was there. I mean, every summer I was, plus holidays when they would come up and stuff. But even that, I'm sure I have cousins back east. I don't know the name of anyone. If I thought hard enough, I could know the name of the person my mom argues with. But I'd have to think hard.
Yeah.
It's like I just don't really know that side of the family at all. My family tree ends very abruptly. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't even have grandparents anymore. Everyone's passed on. It's just
Like, I'm only.
Yeah. I mean, I literally like never. I met my dad's parents once. And that was when I was like 5.
yeah.
They passed when I was like in 3rd grade. So, and my mom's parents passed long before I was even born. So,
I'm only close to 3 of my cousins. But they're my second cousins, I guess? I don't know how that works.
I don't know any of that. Don't even
Whatever. I'm just gonna call
start.
them my cousins.
I'm close to a lot of my cousins on my mom's side because a lot of my mom's side moved here to SoCal. So, and I used to live with 3 of them because my mom and her twin, we all lived together in one house until I was like 4. So,
Okay.
Family, man. It's too much shit.
Yeah, it was dense. I mean, this room, funny enough, where the camera's even looking at, used to be a bunk bed and a race car bed.
How do you fit a bunk bed in here?
Oh, yeah. I remember also, that's where I found out I wasn't great with heights, and I had vertigo, because I woke up in the middle of the night feeling like, whoa, it's a little weird, and I looked around and I got really dizzy, and I had, like, argued with everyone like a little brat. Be like, I want to be in the top bunk one night. And I got up there, and so my brother was sleeping where my little, like, the race car bed, was everyone's race car bed pretty much. And he was just below, and I kind of just looked and, huh? And I just, like, dropped into it and fell, and luckily I didn't hit him. And then I just kind of, like, he was like, what are you doing? And he, like, pushed me out, and I, like, stood up, and I was just, like, dizzy, and I just stumbled my way to my parents' room. And I barely remember anything after that. Yeah, because I was looking over, and it was just like, whoo? It's just like, I just saw my vision just turn, and I just, like, fell with it.
Oh my god.
And I was
No
like,
one
yeah.
heard that loud thump.
Oh, yeah. I was lucky to hit the mattress, man. I could have hit the side, or cause the race car bed, it's the mattress can change. The race car bed's this big fucking wooden thing on the sides of it. It's like I could have just slammed on the side of it and died.
I used to fall off my bed too. I mean, I didn't have a top or bunk bed, whatever.
Yeah.
I used to wake up literally the next day. I'm like, I'm on the floor. I'm like, what the fuck?
You didn't even realize you fell?
I
Wait,
literally didn't feel anything. Like I literally was on the floor all of a
man,
sudden.
you're like a bear sleeping. Jesus Christ.
Hell yeah.
I woke up because my body was like, you feel a little off. And then when I looked around, I was like, I'm really fucked up. And I just died. You were just like, I don't care if I
fucking
fell.
slept through it.
Yeah.
Like I fucking slept through that thunderstorm that supposedly happened.
Oh, that was ridiculous. Lane was like right outside the window over there. It was crazy.
My windows are completely open and everything. My mom came rushing in. She fucking closed the window. I'm over there sound asleep like a fucking bear.
it's probably a little quieter by you, just because it's
Yeah.
by here.
My mom said it was like fucking like
Shaking?
shaking.
Oh, really?
Okay. I mean, there was a lot of them. Like, I'm sure it was spread out.
It was
Yeah.
constant for like 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah, it was ridiculous. You guys point because my window is open, and it, it's getting loud enough and close enough where my dad had to do the rounds, but make sure everyone's windows are closed and shit. It's like, don't be touching metal stuff. It's like, you gotta just sit there, stay on the bed, wear rubber socks.
It was whole rubber suit.
Everyone needs a pair. Yeah, whole rubber suit. Just get an old timey diving suit.
Yeah, it was loud.
Do you guys know what happens when someone stops pumping for those diving suits? You saw that? We talk about that?
Stops what?
Those old old time diver suits. And someone pump air and shit. Did we talk about that?
No.
Like the point, the point was to give you oxygen. Obviously, you're breathing down there, and you're like, "Well, I need oxygen." So it's pumping fresh oxygen there, and based on how nitrogen, some of the stuff you breathe out floats out, oxygen floats down, whatever. The thing it's really there for though is pressure. It pumps air in to pressurize the suit to keep the water pressure from crushing you.
Yeah.
And so if you're down for a lower bit, Mythbusters did a cool bit on this, and they just cut it, the body just slurps up into the top metal part of that old suit. Because the rest of it's just a rubber material, and it can't deal with the pressure of the water, and your body can't keep it back. So it just crushes you and forces you into the head of the suit.
It's your body.
God.
Oh yeah, and you're just goop.
Damn.
Yeah, it's intense.
It's a gruesome.
You really gotta trust the person pumping your suit.
Yeah, you gotta hope there isn't a leak somewhere. Even if the person's pumping hard, whether there's a leak.
You can't pump fast.
What if a
enough
shark bites it?
What if anything just comes across?
Something just nibbling on it.
The shark bites it and it gets human fucking like a human shake.
Right?
It just all floats back up through.
Oh my god.
You know what? I'm feeling like a shake today. Oh, look, a tube.
Look, my to-go order's here.
My DoorDash is here.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Fucking boat dash, bro. Oh
Boat
my god.
dash.
Diver dash. Diver dash. Dude,
That is insane.
That'd be gruesome.
Yeah.
You could just be a snack for a shark.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy. So, that's a way to go.
That would be a way to go.
Oh, how'd he die? Oh, he turned into a fucking smoothie.
So I was listening. You haven't seen Shang-Chi yet,
No.
but it's not going to be store related. I was listening to another podcast, and then I started looking at some Reddit feeds about this. And so there are some theaters, right, that have scents and smells, and they'll pump in. They call it like 40 or 40D or some shit like that, and they give it this weird name.
They fucking have like the seats fucking rocking or
Yeah,
whatever.
like it's the full ambiance.
Yeah.
The full ambiance. And I haven't been to one yet, right? There's one at the Spectrum.
Yeah.
It's the only one I know of, at least.
Yeah.
But I was listening to one. There's people that they had it in Austin, Texas. It was Rooster Teeth
saw
podcast, and they were talking about Shang-Chi and how they were so happy they went to that one because they pumped in things like fall leaf scents when the wind was blowing, when they went to the other world area and they had wind going through and stuff that was in right, so like went through people's hair, and they had like all this stuff and like different lights and shakes that were going on, and I was like, all right, now this seems good, because before the Spectrum advertised as we have the smell of rubber for like racing movies. But it's like, but yeah, no, now it seems like it's a lot more of like this whole like ambient feature of like wind blowing at certain times,
like a
and
mist sometimes depending on what it was.
yeah, mist that goes. If it's like if you go through mist, like apparently everyone really wanted them to do it for what was the Disney movie with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise. They wanted to do it for the water and everything. They wanted the water spurts out, and they didn't do that for some reason. But in Shang-Chi, they did. So in the water scenes, like, and they enter it, the water kind of mists you. And it has all of this in-depth shit in it. It's like it makes you really want to be able to do that. Like it sounds really cool, actually.
Could you imagine the scene in the desert, just fucking hot in that fucking theater?
I think they did for some of the slow-mo fights where like Shang-Chi was punched like as they did it, and you go like
the whoosh.
yeah, like the wind and it would go and stuff, and you'd hear like the wind would go down like some of the lanes, so it'd be hitting like ears and everything, because they frame you so you're in it, so they can kind of frame wind areas of like, oh, it's blowing through hair, or like on the top of you, it's blowing through like ear, like apparently get pretty in depth for a lot of like how
so
they
like fucking on like this.
yeah. And like so it can make really crazy. It seems like.
How much is a ticket for one?
It's gotta be like $40 or $60. It's gotta be.
Oh, tickets are kind of cheap for movies right now.
Yeah.
So
but
it might be a little cheaper.
Because what like
Because my friend told me he went to IMAX. I don't remember what movie he went to go see, but he found like $50 for him and his girl.
50.
what age?
We went.
You were the one who got the tickets. Yeah.
$10 each.
$10 each. What was the class of seats we were in? Because we were in like cush seats. Like
Well,
lean
all
back.
the seats in that theater are like that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh okay. That's just the norm now. Oh okay.
That's just the norm. Yeah.
I thought I was special.
Yeah. Well, you thought they fucking.
I thought I was special.
You
Yeah.
still think there's a folding one?
I didn't know it did it until
Yeah.
I sat down, and like when we were just chilling there, we didn't fucking do it. And then the people sat down next to us after you left, so you're like, oh, I need to go to the bathroom. And the people, like another group, sat down near us, and they like immediately started doing it. I was like, I was like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah.
I was like, started pressing it and like leaning back. I was like, okay.
Yeah. The norm now is reserved recliner seats, and sometimes seat warmers.
Yeah.
Which we also had, because I accidentally turned it on in movie, and I was like, why am I so hot right now?
I accidentally turned that on too.
Yeah, and yeah, that was only $10 for a regular movie. So, I don't know, maybe $20, I'd say, right now.
That's pretty
20,
good.
25.
If they have like
Considering
real
what we went through.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
We could try it for I think the next movie I'm looking forward to is Carnage.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to smell carnage.
True. Do I want to do that?
It doesn't seem like positive.
Maybe he smells like strawberries. Who knows?
I think cherry.
Cherry.
Cherry. Blueberries.
He's red.
It smells like a blueberry banana smoothie.
Yeah.
All the time.
All the time. All day, every day.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I forgot Carnage was coming out.
It's like
Is that the one that has both
Yeah.
Carnage is right. Yeah, it has both.
It's
kind of
Venom versus
and-
Carnage.
Right there. Yeah.
Venom.
Woody Harrelson. He's Carnage.
Oh yeah, he looked good.
Yeah.
He looked good actually in it. It's so funny because every time I see him, I'm like 99% sure, and I don't want to be wrong about this. It's the internet, but from Cheers, when you guys probably never watched Cheers in your life, classic sitcom or whatever, but at a bar, and they had this kind of dumb, the role was like a dumb older dude who was named Coach, and when he ended up passing on, or at least I don't know if he passed on or if he passed on the role and then passed, but they had Woody Harrelson come in and do be like a protege to Sam, who was The Good Place. Do you know that show?
Yeah.
Yeah, the main dude with the tall hair.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What's his name?
I don't know his name.
Oh, I can't remember his name. It's like an amazing actor. He's been around forever, clearly. But they had him come over as like a protege to him at the bar where he's like studying under it for Sam Malone. And yeah, every time I see Woody Harrelson, I just think, damn man, I've been watching this guy since he was like fucking 15 or some shit. It's crazy. It's like even someone our age can still go back and watch Cheers, and it's like, holy shit. It's like, one, this is a funny show. Two, still normally holds up, most of it at least. Even they have an episode that revolves around like homosexuality and like gay, where like the entire thing is, to be fair, more like crass and bad, except for Diane, who's like the smart person in the bar, and she the entire time is kind of like on the side going like, why does it matter? And then like everyone else at the bar is going like, oh, we need to get like them out, like this is a problem or something. And then Sam Malone's conflicted, and then Diane's going, what are you talking about? It's totally fine to be gay. What are you guys doing? And then it does end with them thinking they got the gay guys out, and then her going like, oh, they're still totally here. And then two of the guys like lean down and kiss Norm, like the main dude. Just a line, like, hey Norm, or like that you like hear in a lot of sitcoms. If they ever like say the word Norm for like a regular, it's a callback to Cheers all the time. Like, Norm! It's like he enters the bar, he's there all the time. It's like, they did callbacks to And How I Met Your Mother, Psych to the callback to it, I believe. Like, anything that runs for more than a couple seasons ends up doing a callback to Cheers. It's just one of those OGs. It's like you pay homage.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, never watched it.
You guys have
Hardly ever heard of it.
any older shows that you like to watch?
Older shows?
Fresh Prince.
That counts, sure. When they even did a whole reunion and stuff, right? That has to count as, like, I guess old, even though, yeah, that was in our age group or just above us.
Full House.
Oh, Full House.
Yeah.
Bob Saget.
Yep. Never watched the rerun or remake or whatever.
Yeah. Fuller House.
Fuller
House, yeah.
Just not a good name.
Yeah.
It just makes you think they're going to do another one later on for Fullest House. Like, it just didn't work. You're like, this is just the middle child now. It's like, just wait another year and we'll have Fullest House. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that one.
No, Full House is a classic.
I mean, I did watch The Cosby Show. Really old.
I like the worry there. Like, I did watch that show before.
Before all the craziness.
Yeah. And I mean, that's sad too, right? There's a lot of other actors on that show. It's hard to be like, oh, no one should ever watch that show. 'Cause there's a lot of other actors that I don't even know if they get paid for reruns or whatever that show or whatnot. But if they do, I mean, that's really fucking depressing that basically their show is now gone or off because fucking Cosby is a huge pedophile.
Yeah.
Creep. And like a drug rapist or
And
something.
now he's out.
I don't know. We'll say allegedly for all that, just so we don't get sued at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know which one of those is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Anything else happen this fucking crazy week? Started trying to do programming again. That was boring. Oh, I watched this crazy documentary on fungus.
Fungus.
And partway through, I love taking these little snippets out of these. It's a lot of why fungus is super important. The training gets really sciencey. But right in the middle, they go, and trees can talk. And they're like, people don't understand how trees talk. And we think being like they talk about how it's like seeing your kids, your kin, whatever, is like an animal habit, like a conscious thing, whatever, like a biologic habit. And like trees and plants and shit can't do that. But when they were studying it, they found that so fungus, the little mushrooms on top, that's just the pistil, like the little flower for the plant. The rest of it is all under the ground, like nerve endings, kind of under the ground, running everywhere, and it allows transfer of carbon from one plant to the other. And they found that the plants, like a tree that has, like pine cones drop and other trees kind of spawn on it, will avidly give carbon to the plants that it created, or that it's technically related to. So if one plant's like dying and didn't get light that time or whatever, and doesn't have enough carbon to live, they'll actually pump carbon back into the ground and have it stored in the mycelium, the little bottom part of the mushroom, and then that will actually cause a natural transfer into the tree it selects somehow. And so it can provide carbon to another plant to balance out the whole carbon network under the ground. And so in a way, trees can, talk to each other in a way that they can register what their kinship is and provide nutrients to them through this transfer of like carbon and nitrogen in the ground through mushrooms and fungus.
God damn.
I was more picturing a tree with a mouse saying like, "Hey, what's up, Carl?
What's up, Carl?
What'd you do this week?"
There's fucking peacocks in me. Get around. No, it ended up being so in depth, but I love that they're just talking like fungus the entire time, like, oh, it's an amazing thing, and everyone's worried about it, and then it goes, oh, and guess what? Trees can talk. And then it goes in, and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? But it's a cool system. But apparently trees can register kinship somehow. And so you can imagine it, there's like, the roots that go through in the ground, and the mycelium wraps just like roots itself around the roots of different trees, and then creates pathways for like carbon transfer, and almost just like pressurized tunnels or something. They can like pump it in different directions to reach a different tree.
You get to live today.
Like they also come into the if one tree's dying, like from natural causes, like we cut down a tree really fast, right? But in nature, like a tree gets hollowed out, like an insect, a bird, or something, and ends up dying. They found that we thought trees store a lot of carbon in them, but they don't. It's something like 65 to 70% of the carbon is stored in the ground through this mycelium fungus system that's always moving. And so if a tree starts getting attacked, it actually starts pumping a lot of its natural carbon and nutrients back into the ground and into that system so that it can give the plants around it more strength to grow faster and become like stable, so that whatever is killing it will have less of a chance to kill the others.
Gotcha.
So it can even like start to sacrifice itself to pump nutrients back in to create like a healthy system around it.
Wow.
It dies so others can live.
Yeah, and this sounds like the hippiest shit in the world, but it was the weirdest thing. And then I had to like look this up and try and like research more. But yeah, like there's all these research papers into like the carbon transfer under the ground for trees and how like selective they are.
Jeez.
Crazy shit.
Damn. I was getting a call, so let me make sure I'm still recording.
Better be. I don't know, what are we at? I was at like 15 minutes when we started. Cool, we're still
I'm still recording. Okay, we're chilling.
Damn it, Steven. Getting a phone call.
Okay, Roberto. When you made so much noise like a couple podcasts ago and his phone vibrated.
Whoa, what are you talking about, bro? There's no proof.
I was talking at the time too, Roberto.
No
Damn, unprofessional. So we had to dock his pay.
Yep. I put your phone on silent, Gerardo.
No.
It's like a movie theater.
Or just have the app mute you. That's what I do. I mean, I just got a message from my family going, are you going to be here for dinner? I'm like, no.
No.
Can't prove it, Steve. We didn't have video back then.
I did.
Oh, shit.
There's a camera there and there.
It was in his brain, and he just went into the ground and put it into the fungus.
Yep.
Stored it into the soil.
I sent the information to the trees outside.
The information to Carl.
Yeah, the tree right out there has the memory.
Carl Gerardo's being an asshole.
Oh,
It's gonna hit you like that tree in Harry Potter right now.
time to cut down Carl.
Yeah, oh,
Silence.
shit. Then he'll send the information to the other trees.
Damn it.
The network, bro. Okay,
Yeah.
you can never break the branch network.
It's in the cloud.
It's in the cloud.
It's got saved to the cloud.
Jesus Christ.
The iTree cloud.
Oh god. I don't know. I also saw people were redoing genetic makeup of animals, like how close it is to us.
Yeah.
I read that. That was the thing that went around Reddit, apparently. So do you guys know how it works? That's a good question.
What?
Like when they're looking at like and they're having like a genetic makeup, and they're like, how much? Because people always like to joke like a banana is really close to us or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like when they look at monkeys, and they're like, oh, a monkey's like 99% or something as close to us. I have the picture, I can look it up. But like, do you understand like how they do that, and why some animals are so close? And I don't mean like an evolution thing or whatever like that, but like.
No.
I have no idea.
So, I mean, broadly for the genome thing, it ends up just being genome mapping we've been doing. And apparently we've mapped something like 125 different animals' genomes now completely. Because people just keep pumping that shit into a machine, I guess, for the last couple of decades. But people always quote like, oh, like a spider is like 75% as close as we are. Like science is like bullshit or whatever. Or like a cow is like 85. Like this is just crap. And they kind of do stuff like that. And I kept seeing stuff like that, so there's like the way they map that is obviously by DNA structure. A lot of animals, go figure, get food and nutrients the same way we do, same innards. Or they're just doubled like a cow, where it has like 8 stomachs, but they're all the same fucking thing. So it's like they end up having, a lot of animals just have the same system. And I was seeing that go around, and people were trying to call like, oh, this is bullshit and stuff. And like, it's like, no, that's just how DNA works. Stomachs a lot of time end up working the same. So the DNA structure is the same.
Yeah, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly. It just keeps going. It's like so people get all pissy with it. It's like, no, that's not how it works. And I keep seeing that on Reddit. I don't know. It was annoying me a little bit when I kept seeing it. It's like, like maybe other people don't know how like the mindset of it. Sometimes it's where you're looking at like animal to animal, and you just see the image, and you're like, it's a fucking spider. Like you, like your face, like a spider's like a human. You're like, what the fuck? And it's like, well, yeah, I mean, a lot of the innards are similar. So of course, like the innards to eat and gain nutrients are somewhat the same and shit something out.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of that DNA is the same, and that is like 50% of us. So it's like 50% of most animals. So it's like we work from there. That's why a lot of animals end up being like higher than 50% likely of us, even though it's like a cow. And everyone's like, we're not a cow. we're the people from God or whatever. And you're like, no, dude, this is just, sure, believe in religion, but it's just the DNA.
Steven, you're a cow.
Yeah.
Well,
How does it feel?
You are what you are.
Yeah, that was just annoying. I don't know. I saw that and that was just bothering me. So I thought I'd bring that up because I didn't like it. The other thing, so here's an interesting part. So YouTube and internet, people were doing crazy stuff to get noticed, right, early on.
Yeah.
And then as like the tent poles kind of shifted for entertainment, right, whereas like YouTube and online was doing more and more, it kind of like grew. Have people gotten more crazy or less crazy, do you think, since like the beginning of like internet days? Because I don't.
What do you mean,
like I don't know if anyone at the beginning people were matching up with like Jackass. Like at the beginning of internet. I do see a bit less of that now.
Oh, you mean like doing stupid shit?
Yeah, like has internet entertainment like even keeled out a little bit, just like normal entertainment type shit? Because it kind of seems like it has. Like there's definitely still the crazy shit like fuckheads on the internet, but they're not the main people. Even like
it's mellowed out.
even the big Logan Paul or whatever. Like you might see him get into a boxing ring, whatever, Jake Paul, whichever one is the boxing one.
I think they're
I think they
Both,
are,
whatever.
yeah.
Whichever was the one that actually was doing somewhat decent and everyone was surprised. For him, like, credit is due. You know, he didn't just go, I'm good in the thing. And like early internet, there would have been a skinny dude like me going, I'm gonna good in the thing, and like jumped in the ring.
Yeah.
Like he like trained for like a year or
Yeah.
something. You know, it's like, it seems like internet's a bit different now. Like the entertainment, like it can be a bit more like maybe not respectable, but you don't have to be as much of an asshole or as chaotic.
I mean, there's still people though, you know, doing like wild pranks and shit. And
Yeah, there's still that wild side.
yeah, and there's, I mean, Jackass, as you mentioned, it is coming out their movie soon.
That's actually coming back.
Yeah.
Really?
With,
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
in the trailer they joke about it. You know, it's like I think Steve-O was the one who said it. He was like, concussions are bad, but you know you'll be fine as long as it's like before 50. And he's like, and Knoxville's like 49.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I was trying to think of that quote.
Yeah.
I mean, they are so socially fucking aware though. They're just like they're the assholes. They are taking extremes of socially aware and finding a niche and just putting your body through hell is like.
Yeah.
I mean, like they do take it too far sometimes. I'm sure they've been sued once or twice. I would be surprised if not. But
I know some of the actors have gone. Like Bama, whatever his name, like Bam.
Bam Bam?
Bama. I don't know.
Bam, bam.
Bam Bam.
Bam Bam. There's been some problems with him. Too. Some feuds, I guess.
Like, I don't know, it just seemed like for a while there was like Jackass as the height of putting your body through hell for entertainment, and then internet was there for a while, and then like rappers living the life or something was kind of in there just pulling weird stunts and doing random shit with all their money. Now it feels like YouTube is kind of below the general rapper these days. It's like, I'm not really seeing someone sit there and like, you know, do a backflip and break their neck or something. And
yeah. I mean, it also comes down to what you generally watch too.
yeah.
So,
I mean, admittedly, I've been clicking on, to try and get away from that a little bit, I've been clicking on our YouTube channel now for the Clueless Company. Subscribe. And the...
Self-promote.
Yeah, and seeing, because there we don't have any likes, subscribes, or anything, so other than us, like looking at our own content to make sure it works. And then so I'll look at like the top 10s and stuff every now and then, and a lot of them tend to be like funny moments, near scares and stuff. I mean, it just doesn't seem to be as fucking chaotic anymore, which is I'm okay with. I'm not going crazy. I mean, I'm happy we're not doing fucking dish soap eating challenges or some shit. You know,
Tide Pod.
There was a weird
Tide Pod challenge.
There was a period where we weren't just getting chaotic; we were getting like suicidal. Like, I don't know. Now, maybe it's also just because these like challenges come and go so fast now.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to get anything too chaotic. I don't know. Or maybe it's just people are getting better at like taking shit down.
I mean, now though they have the TikToks with that you showed us last time. And people are stealing stuff from schools, like big stuff too.
Yeah, that's gotta be a joke. Most of them, have to be a joke. You hope.
So ridiculous. People stealing urinals. Don't know why.
Apparently, bathroom doors.
I mean, but isn't this like the classic version of like a 1960s kid who's on a dare, right?
Yeah.
Where they're like just in a
triple
group of
dog
friends,
dare you.
like you gotta go steal this thing, and they're like, you whoa and stuff, and they do it. It's like we're really going back to the crowd that like people used to do back when there were less consequences for actions. But now there's consequences for everything.
Like the one that I told you about, that pretty sure is fake. Where they got the principal as a hostage.
Oh my god, yeah. Or like they stole, like when they stole the trucks, like back like a little cage door or whatever and shit.
The one they
like,
showed us that they sold the rim of
Yeah.
the car.
Oh yeah, see, stuff like
Stole.
that.
Stole.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hope everything's just stole. Yeah. I don't know, that's fucking chaotic. See, some of these challenges, they're like, you know, it's TikTok. Like 9 times out of 10, it's like a hot girl dancing challenge, and then it's like you get so few that are like funny or weird. I mean, I love the duets and stitches these days. I think that was a great addition for them to add in. Like not stitches, just duets. I guess stitches is like.
Stitch too.
Oh yeah, is that what they call?
Yeah.
Well, I see that for both of them. I'm too old now. So this will be titled "Chris finds out he's old."
I mean, if you really want to feel old, you go on TikTok and find some of those like
I don't want to feel.
2000s kids where they know this song.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, and they'll play stuff that we used to listen to back in like high school, middle school.
Like a 5-second.
Then I'll feel old and dumb. I'll be like, I don't know this song.
No, it'll be stuff like like old Jason Derulo, like and stuff like that.
As long as it's Green Day's, what is it? I Walk Alone. What song is that?
Boulevard
of Broken Dreams. There you go. That's the only song I know. Whenever I think back to that middle school era or something, it's just that song on repeat, me walking around.
Teenage angst.
Nothing but angst. Oh god. I don't know.
Fucking TikTok.
I did also hear apparently there was a shortage of bus drivers that was happening that I didn't even bother to click on, but I guess
Shortage of bus drivers.
Yeah, because we kept putting all the sick kids on buses.
Are we
with
talking
adults.
like just school buses or like buses in general?
Schools.
Okay.
The frozen face. Now you get to enjoy that.
I wasn't expecting this question, God damn it.
So funny enough, it was on there actually. For students, it was on there. I did think of it. I just didn't see it immediately.
Fuck, I wasn't prepared.
But apparently this bus driver, I don't know the state, I'll get to that, but had gotten bad enough where they had 250 National Guards members were activated to drive students to school.
What?
And to answer your question, it was because we were putting all those sick ass kids, which kids are always sick anyways. Bus drivers are always getting fucking sick, I'm sure. Because back when my brother and his wife at the time were living here and she was a teacher, I got sick like every goddamn week. Young kids are just fucking gross. So it's like
coughing in their hands and touching everything.
yeah, they're just disgusting.
Picking the nose.
So I'm
picking
not even surprised. Just normal sick. Let's not even do the whole COVID debate. Just normal sick. Doesn't even matter. But yeah, apparently there's a huge bus shortage, and yeah, apparently they had to have National Guard come in to drive kids to school.
In military trucks.
Can you imagine doing shit for the National Guard if you're training for that? I don't even know if that's a lot. I'm sure Marines and military and Army and stuff make fun of them or whatever. But like, it's like you still train something for doing something, and you're like, now you just gotta drive some punk ass kids to school. Just because the bus driver's sick or recovering from something in a hospital somewhere, and you're like, all right, I guess I'm a fucking bus driver now. You're like, great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move from fucking Tennessee to Alabama and drive kids I've never met to school now.
Damn. That must be such a demoralizing position to be put in.
Man, you hope the kids treated them well. You know, it's like when you get a cool sub that comes in.
Did kids ever treat the subs well though?
If the sub didn't care what the kids did. Like I remember we had a sub in French class. Worst thing to get a sub for, right? Languages. No one can find a sub for a language class. Spanish, especially where we are, you probably can actually. We're in SoCal, so probably a chance a lot of people speak Spanish. But I'm one of you don't. But French, impossible. You can't find someone in like a day zone that speaks French. Every time we had a sub, the person would just sit there and not know what to do. And one of the times we were lucky enough when it was me and Nate hanging out there, I think even Camille and stuff, was in our class. The teacher wasn't there, she was sick, and the guy just wanted to watch like the World Cup. And so he told us to have the assignment. He gave us the assignment to do. We finished it because it was like a little vocab sheet. We finished in like 10 seconds. And Nate went to go hand it in, like looked at the screen, and was like, "Oh, can I watch?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." And he's like, "Chris, come over." And I was like, "All right." I like finished the thing real fast and like ran over and shit. And then we were just watching the game the entire time. And I was like, "I have soccer practice after this, anyways." I was like, "I gotta go. This is fine, I guess." And when I got there, I was just like updating people on the scores and shit.
That reminds me back in summer school. It was like between freshman and sophomore year. I think I was taking health or something, and we went through a lecture for like 10 minutes, and then we watched the World Cup the rest of every class. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It was hilarious too, because a bunch of us in my friend group, we took the same health class, but Noah was put in a different health class where they were writing essays like all day.
Oh god.
And we're just watching the World Cup.
Speaking of, summer school. Remember when we went to summer school? I think.
Hell yeah, I do.
In between junior and senior year, I think. Whatever. One of those high schools.
Yeah, it had to have been. Yeah.
Or somebody rear-ended you when we were coming out of
Oh
the
yeah, and that fucker drove around me and gunned it out.
He got rear-ended, and then the guy behind us.
I don't know who it was.
Yeah, we don't know who it was though.
It had
He
to
literally bolted. He hit and run basically.
Yeah.
It was
But his
probably-
car was like fine.
Yeah, well, because I had my old Saturn, like L59 for whatever, because they didn't have any other cars, and it was like fucking plastic in the back or some shit. And I remember, like parking, kind of and like looking out in the back, and I'm like, what the fuck? And like as I got back into my car and closed the door, I just reversed, went around and gunned it, and like went out of the parking, like the church parking lot, really fast. I was like, man, you could have caused another accident getting out of the parking lot. But like then I went back, it was like a little dent, and it just like popped back out, and I was like.
Like if nothing ever fucking happened.
Yeah, and I was like, you asshole. It's
And
like if
then
you
we
waited.
went
Yeah, you go.
Then we went to Jack in the Box and he introduced me to that ultimate breakfast sandwich. It was fucking amazing.
One of the only breakfast places that put like the ham on it, you can get nice and easy. Because like McDonald's is never great. It's always that weird oozy cheese that comes out when you get the egg McMuffin
really
with the
sick
ham.
and tired of McMuffins or whatever they're called.
Yeah, normal one. You gotta get the pancake one.
Oh, the
McGriddle.
McGriddle, chicken McGriddle.
Got
Nick Gross pretty good.
Well, yeah, sure, get the chicken McGriddle too. But I
get
like
the chicken McGriddle.
I like the sausage McGriddle.
Yeah.
Single grill.
Sausage
They put syrup in the middle, right?
Yeah,
It's like in
baked.
They're baked into it.
Yeah.
It's like baked into it. It does feel like it's not that it's wet.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a normal pancake to
Yeah.
me. So yeah, I don't know what they do. Maybe they spritz it. It's like a little cologne. But yeah, no, it's definitely in the batter.
Yeah.
Which you should always do. Tip to anyone listening to you should always put a little syrup in your pancakes. As like if that's what if you're going with syrup flavor.
I love their pancakes. I don't know. It's just so good. Their pancakes. McDonald's pancakes.
I haven't had a pancake in so long.
I remember once when I was a kid, we got a bunch of those ultimate breakfasts from McDonald's, like has a little bacon and shit. And my neighbor from that side came over and he was hanging out and he was like, "Oh, do you guys have any food?" And I was like, "Oh, we have another little big breakfast thing over there on the counter if you want it." And he walked over to where we had just kind of left out a couple of like the little treaty things that was near the food. And he went in and grabbed his ultimate breakfast and was like snacking, eating on it. And he saw a couple of it looked like bacon. It was dog treat bacon. And then he just put it in, and he had a bite of it after having some McDonald's bacon. And then I was like, "Oh, no, that's the dog one." And he was like, "Tastes just as good as McDonald's one." And I was like, "Okay." It's like, I guess they do a good job with bacon flavor. Like,
damn.
Yeah, McDonald's bacon is the saddest looking bacon in the world. It's always so thin, it's scraggly.
Yeah.
It's like some old man that was left out in the sun.
Still wrinkled up.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Always looks a little off to me. Like, it tastes fine. But yeah, I haven't gotten like pancakes from McDonald's in like 4 years either though.
I think
It's still the same. It still tastes just as good.
when it comes to pancakes, I've had pancakes more at like 2 a.m. than I have actually for breakfast.
Those are the best.
Yeah. Those late night IHOP
Those
Denny's
late-
trips to
oh,
get
God.
pancakes.
The big fat.
But
Pancakes.
nowadays I can't. They're so sweet.
What are you, an old man?
I just can't. Like at like 2 a.m. I don't want like
Just
a
kidding.
super sweet pancake.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm actually I'm more on your side. I've been a bit more savory leaning. I text Bella sometimes. I'm like all like annoyed. Like, why the fuck are all American breakfast just like eggs or the sweet shit all over the place? That's like even the toast you're supposed to put like jam on.
Like even the IHOP, like their own like subcategories for pancakes. There's like cinnamon, but they fucking like glaze that shit in cinnamon.
Yeah.
And like caramel, whatever the fuck, and whipped cream on top.
It's like
Oh,
a
they have
cinnamon
like
roll.
the crazy ones, like the birth cake batter.
Yeah.
That's the grossest thing in the world.
Yeah.
I still hate the birthday cake shit.
There's like the Mexican cake they call tres leches.
Yeah,
They make that one.
they have that one.
That's just like
They're
holy
just
shit, diabetes in a fucking plate.
it's crazy how sweet their pancakes are.
Like, I have a sweet tooth. Everyone knows who knows me.
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah.
sweet tooth. And it's like, oh my god, man. Even in the morning, I can't handle it. IHOP, I just don't go to anymore. I like IHOP's little ham, the ham steaks they have there.
Well, I love their stuffed crepes. Those are delicious.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Crepes.
I don't know. Breakfast to me now is like, oh, I really wish I had leftovers from last night.
Breakfast for me now is lunch.
You wake up at like 2 or 3 o'clock. I text you at like 11. Hey, you want to get food? We could set up cameras and make sure everything's right for the fucking thing. You message me at like 3. Oh, I'm just up.
Yeah,
I'm Harada going, alright, I'll be there soon.
See, like I've always been, a night owl, but it used to be like like 2 a.m. go to sleep. I wake up at like 8 or 10, and on occasion when I go out, maybe like something crazy like 10 a.m. But after working at Ralph's, it got so bad because I'd be getting home like 10 a.m., 12 p.m., and then go to sleep. So it got really bad after that.
Yeah.
Your sleep schedule is fucked.
Yeah,
You gotta
it
change
got
it.
so bad.
Like, you gotta do the work to change it back.
It's so hard.
It's just long gone, dude.
Man.
It's hard because then I'll lay down in bed. I'll try, at like 11, and I'll wake up at like 1 a.m. and I'll be awake. I'm like, shit.
I'll take some sleeping nights.
Like for work, I literally wake up at 6 in the morning every day at clockwork. And when I go like on vacation, I can't get that out of my my cycle. I literally wake up at 6. Like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm on vacation.
You have to force it a couple of days. I remember always for my brother back when he was caught before he switched to teaching. They would do, if he worked weekends, the 3-day shifts. They would buyback hours because it didn't come out to the same like month to month hours as a normal 4 shift. Because they would do 3 12 hours and the other group would do 4 10 hours. So they would need 4 hours basically every week. That would start adding up. So they had a buyback day. and that would always just be whatever was available, whatever person wanted the day off, and you basically take their hours and go in. So he'd always have to do that, where he'd have to work his normal things for a couple weeks, and then randomly he'd have to just flip his sleep schedule to work like that one day, and then flip it back, and then do his normal schedule again. He'd have to keep doing that. And it's like nurses have to do that too if they work. I think they call it swing shift instead. I don't think they have buyback hours, but I think they do like swing ones. It's like some jobs just force you to change your sleep schedule a lot. I'm not saying I could do it or anything like that, and it's probably not great for your body, but some jobs do force it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I can't do that.
You're like, I like my
I go
habits.
insane.
Yeah.
Hell.
I mean, I'm with you. I was such a habitual person. I remember for Sonoma, like, I lived on one side of campus. I would drive around to the far side of campus to park near where the Green Music Center was, our big fucking music hall, near the lake. And I'd park in the same fucking spot. Just like in high school, I parked in the same spot every time, remember? And like, I'm just that person, and I would go and I'd do my walk around the lake every morning. Even if it was pouring rain, I would go and park by the Green Music Center, I'd bring my umbrella, and I'd walk the lake. And it's like, I got to a point where I would read shit, and it's like, you know me, I like to speed read, and so sometimes if it's like only like a chapter, it's like 10, 15 pages, I'll park there, take my phone out, and then I'll just open the book to read, or like on my little phone on Audible Books or something, or like whatever it is on Nook or whatever, and I'll just read it as I'm walking to class in like 10, 15 minutes. And I did that walk every day for like 4 years. It's like since I left the dorms after sophomore year, I just did that walk every day.
Damn.
It's like if someone wanted to kill me, I always joked to be the easiest person to murder.
Everyone knows the
They're
routine.
the same time. Like, I don't know what it is. There's just something about it. Like I get the same time. Sometimes when I get there early, and be like, I normally like hit the cement right by the lake at like 5:35. Oh, wait a minute. Like, so I'm just like sit there. I'm too habitual. I hate changing my shit. Change is terrible to me. It's like good. You have to do it. Keeps your mind healthy and all those things. But it's like, oh my god, I hate change.
Just don't want to do it.
Yeah. You can't.
Change.
Yeah, recently we wanted to start
French?
waking up early and going swimming in the morning. Because I miss swimming. I used to swim when I was a kid, right?
Oh yeah, you mentioned this like a week or so. Yeah.
And then, and you know, being as lazy as I am, right? I did get up early one morning and I walked to the pool by my house, entirely fenced off.
What?
They're like remodeling it or something. And I was
Oh,
like,
you didn't even know?
yeah.
Did you drive past it?
So most of the time when I'm coming home,
You take the back way.
I take the back way.
Oh, gotcha.
So-
Yeah, gotcha.
But yeah, I was like, well, okay. I'll go. Like I could drive to or walk to another nearby
Yeah.
pool, but I was like, I'm over
You
it.
guys have like 30 pools in your like giant circle community you have that surrounds like 4 schools.
Mm.
I think it was like 4.
The problem is like the pool by my house is one of those like those classic lane type pools where people do like swim meets and
Yeah.
stuff. So that's why I
the
like
big
it.
Pools.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you want one with a lane.
Yeah,
Like one that actually has the lanes like above the poles or like the below the tiles?
below. Yeah,
Below, yeah.
like because I used to do swim meets and stuff when I was a kid, so I want to get back into that.
Cool.
Dude,
Yeah, go.
I was gonna say pools are insane here in Irvine. There's fucking one in every corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in Woodbridge.
Yeah. And then that loop, there's like 4 fucking pools going on in that one loop.
Mm-hmm.
In my community, we have 3.
Yeah.
Like you guys probably don't realize because you don't drive by all the time, but there's the one by the exit, the way I normally take us and stuff that you see. There's the one by the clubhouse if you come the other way in, and if you actually come the other way in and you take like a right, I guess immediately, or you could take like a first entrance in, there's another pool on the far like front side closer to Harvard Walnut.
And it's just one community.
Yeah, one community you have 3 pools. I think 2 are saltwater pools,
What the fuck?
so they don't like mess up.
Yeah.
I don't know why people have saltwater pools. Like, do
And
you guys
then
know why?
I got the lagoon. And the
There's
lake.
2
Yeah,
lagoons.
you guys have a lagoon. You guys are giving me shit for 3 pools. Ours are just normal. We don't. None of the pools have a jacuzzi or anything. It's like a kiddie pool and a normal pool. It takes a small amount of space. You guys have like lagoons in the middle of your community.
Yep.
Yeah. And then the lagoon is connected to the fucking lake.
Yep. I used to go on the lake all the time as a kid with the boats and stuff,
Yeah.
paddle boats.
I don't think you guys have ever sound more rich than you do right now.
Dude.
And the fact that you live on that
Sound
lake,
like a-
basically.
I do.
Yeah.
Your backyard is over the water of that lake.
Sound like a rich asshole.
Yeah.
But I'm not rich.
Yeah.
It's just Irvine, man. It's like when you say things on paper, everything sounds good. And that's the point of it.
Yep. Yeah. Lagoons were always a pain in the ass. Like I think I told you before recently. I had a birthday party when I was young at the South Lake Lagoon. Stepped on fucking glass in the sand.
Oh no!
Shit was a pain.
No matter how nice things are, humans are still shit.
Yep.
Do you remember stubbing your toe on the giant rock for the slide in the middle?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hurt like a bitch.
Yeah.
See, I only went to the lagoon, the lake area, like in the lagoon, like once as a kid. And that was for the field trip at our school. They like walked us over to the lagoon. They're like, "Here's the lagoon. Go inside and play, but you can only stay in this coned area."
But I feel like
It was a lot for us. 6th grade. For the end of 6th grade, we went to the lagoon one day, and then the next day we went to Wild Rivers.
yeah,
It's like
it was a weird.
went from tiny slide to
Yeah, it's a
big
tiny slide
slides.
to like a big old fucking water park.
But that was also a shitty day because there was a fuck ton of bees.
It was.
There was a fuck ton.
Did you guys get stung, or did you just have to
No.
dodge?
I didn't get stung either, but there was just a bunch flying around.
I knew there was a lot of bees. I never got stung. I actually didn't even see bees. I just know they were there.
Yeah.
Maybe because I was just more in the water, so they're not gonna be.
Oh. I was like, I remember there was like a sea of bees when I was back in Alderwood. There was a kid, you guys probably don't know his name. I don't think he went to any of the middle schools or anything. It's so funny. He was like a great friend of me, Eduardo. And he was just out in the field chilling out at Alderwood. And this huge swarm of bees comes out of nowhere and just moving around. And the reason I knew it was happening was because I was also in the field. And I was looking out and the teacher was like ushering everyone in. And I was like, you know, the good little kid. And I was like, I don't want to make a teacher mad. So I was like running over there and I was like, whoa, whoa. And like got inside and then she was like, get in the bees, And I looked over as like the door was closing and Eduardo was still just out in the field. There was just like thousands of bees over this huge Alderwood basic post field that's all gone now. And it's like basically over that entire community.
Yeah.
The entire community was just covered in bees. It's like there's that many and he was just chilling under it. He's like, what? And then he like ran. He was like the last one to get inside. And luckily he just didn't get stung. Bees didn't care about him.
Yeah.
He was just chilling. I don't know what was making him rage, but whatever it was, wasn't him.
He just looks up and there's fucking.
Yeah,
swarms
I mean
of
that's what he
bees.
said when we were looking at him. He's just like, oh, he just started to like run. Oh man, I wonder if Josh remembers Eduardo. Yeah.
Why do I feel like the North Lagoon is bigger than the South Lagoon?
I don't feel like it is.
Is it?
I feel like it's about the same.
Is it?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you have the lagoon closer to your house. And like,
The lagoon
I
is,
always think of it as the same lagoon.
the lagoon is literally like right outside my fucking door.
Yeah. I mean, it is the turn. Like when we fucking drive to your place, it's
Yeah.
literally the
I
path.
literally just cut across that. So.
Yeah. God. Yeah, you guys are near a lot of the good little areas to walk around in and kind of relax in for Irvine. I'm near train tracks.
And I mean, we got
Get your right,
on top of pools, we have so many parks.
Yeah.
right next to the pools.
Like every street there's a park.
I get to cross the train tracks. Like a badass kid growing up. Everyone would be like, do you want to hang out? And I'd be like, yeah, you gotta go cross the train tracks.
Past the dead body.
Yeah. Like,
Fucking,
go past the needles.
man, middle schoolers these days just don't know. You know, they'll walk from Lakeside to the Sticky Fingers.
Oh my god. Sticky Fingers.
Just getting some good bit of candy, man. Like,
The rainbow sherbet ice cream. So good.
I never got ice cream with Sticky Fingers. I always got bags of candy.
I only got it once or twice. I never got the rainbow sherbet one, though.
That ranch was really good. I knew my mom was good friends with the guy, the owner or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'd always get bags of candy too. I like the sharp candy they had. Like the white shark blue shark. Whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Candy
What?
sharks.
They had like
Oh,
a,
sharks.
Like,
I said sharp. I was like, that sounds terrible. It's like just cutting up your teeth. It's like, what the fuck?
Candyman
blades.
shit.
I hope I looked confused on the camera. I was very confused.
He didn't put a light bulb.
Oh, what were your guys' favorite candies? It's been a long time.
Jawbreakers.
Jawbreakers. I used to love eating Jawbreakers in San Diego, like the Old Town and shit when we all went. I loved getting Jawbreakers. They just fucking... It's gonna sound terrible to say lick them the entire time, but...
Back
It's
in
worse than suck 'em.
only slightly.
back in that day, I loved the rainbow strand strips.
Oh, the sour ones?
Yeah.
That's still one of Bella's favorite candies.
Rainbow
actually.
belts or something.
Yeah, rainbow belts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one is it?
It's literally like the flat
Oh, like the airhead ones?
yeah, but they're like the rainbow colored like
Oh, okay.
sugar and shit.
Yeah.
I really liked they had these like little sour stars. that were like they had kind of a shellish to them, but they were still gummy. And those are really fucking good. Not a lot of people grabbed those. Those were like in the corner. Yeah, I always see them full, and that's why I tried them at one point, and I was like, "This is really, really fucking good." I was like, "I like these." Now they would kill my teeth.
Those little
Freaking
circle
pull out.
ones. That like was like peach flavored and
Oh, peach rings?
is that what it's called? I don't
Oh,
know.
is it? It's
It was
not
like-
the hole though. It's just the circle-ish thing.
No, it's got a hole. It's a
Oh.
circle, but like,
Yeah,
Yeah, the
rings.
peach rings.
Oh,
Then yeah,
is that
because
what
then
it's
there's the other peach candy or whatever that doesn't have it, right? That's
Yeah.
just like the weird wonky shaped circle thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that's called. Peach gummy. I don't even know.
But that was good.
Yeah, peach rings are always great.
It's
Yeah.
like the few, but like
Fingers.
much about we get to talk about Irvine. Irvine's just so boring as like a place. It's not like, you know, the people who live in like in LA or in Austin, Texas or something. There's just not a lot to talk about here. We're a suburb of a major city. It's not.
Do you know if the frogs are still there?
They are.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Wow, I'm
I thought they
surprised.
would just be, like,
Yeah,
gone
those
by
are like
now.
a danger hazard. It was sand and frogs with like the straight
Actually, last time I went, I'm pretty sure they all have like a bunch of new like jungle gym shit too.
Well, everyone on the internet's gonna
They're,
check your
like,
work.
Slippery as fuck.
Yeah, and you would die. Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
saying. Yeah, the sand on your feet mixed with the frogs. Man, I slipped on that shit all day.
It wasn't long ago. It was probably a couple of years ago. They were adding a third frog, and they had a whole thing where you could submit your entry for what you wanted it to be named.
The fuck?
What the
Yeah,
Froggy.
froggy?
because I think they were named after the streets. Like one of them was like Barry for Barranca, and then the other
I
one
never
was
knew that.
something like that. Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't know that until I went on the
read
website.
the thing
too,
and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, I didn't know that. There's so much
actual
better.
history.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of the streets around here, at least from my like this area, is
For the
near like
strawberry
woods
fields
and plants and stuff, and like I
Yeah,
don't even know. Yeah, it was a weird community.
birds.
Birds, that's a big one too. Yeah.
God.
That's fine. We'll probably end it there. It's getting late anyways. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching and listening this time. Bye.
Bye.